Share. Okay, so share. I'm going to share the. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone can. Let me make it bigger for you. Voilà.
Sarva Shashabdi Piyusha Sarva Vedika Satphala Sarva Siddhanta Ratnadya Sarva Lokaika Drikprada Sarva Bhagavata Prana Srimad Bhagavata Prabhu Kali Dvanto Ditya Shri Krishna Parivartita. Can you show me the translation, Prabhu?
Yes, sorry.
O Srimad Bhagavatam, O nectar churned from the ocean of all the Vedic scriptures, O most prominent transcendental fruit of all the Vedas, O you who are enriched with the jewels of all spiritual, philosophical conclusions, O you who grant spiritual vision to all the people of the world, O life breath
No, we have
of
to. The next one is. Did you read?
No,
Oh, you read the
I
book.
read
Oh, okay,
both.
good.
Yeah. O life breath of the Vaishnava devotees, O Lord, you are the sun which has arisen to dispel the darkness of the Kali Yuga. You are actually Lord Krishna who has returned among us.
Paramananda Pataya Premvakshya Ksharayate Savada Sava Sevyaya Shri Krishnaya Namostume. O Shrimad Bhagavatam, I offer respectful obeisances unto you. By reading you one attains transcendental bliss. For your syllables rain pure love of God upon the radar. You are always to be served by everyone, for you are an incarnation of Lord Krishna.
Okay, for Mat Eka Bandhu, Mat Sangin, Mat Guru, Man Mahadana, Mat Nistaka, Mat Bhagya, Mat Ananda, Namostute. So number 4. O Srimad Bhagavatam, O my only friend, O my companion, my teacher, O my great wealth, O my deliverer, O my good fortune, O my bliss, I offer respectful obeisances unto you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Asadu Sadhu Tadayin Atini Chochutaraka Hanamuncha Kadachinmam Premna Ritkantayusvura. O Srimad Bhagavatam, O giver of saintliness to the unsaintly, O uplifter of the very fallen, please do not ever leave me. Please become manifest upon my heart and my throat, accompanied by pure love of Krishna.
Jai. Hare Krishna. Okay, so Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agyantimidandasya Gananjana Shanakaya Chakshu Militam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Dadati Swapadam Vandeham Shri Guru Sapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Samjivam Advaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam
Shri
Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya
Devam
Devam
Sri Radha Krishna
Radha
Padam
Krishna
Sakala
Padam
Lalita
Lalita
Shri Vishakam
Jaya
Hey Krishna
Krishna
Karuna
Karuna
Sindhu
Sindhu
Deenabandhu Jagatpate
Dinabandhu Jagat
Vaishvabhikra Kanta Radhakanta
Kanta
Sapta Kansane Gora Radha Vrinda Zari
Vrindavaneshwari
Vrishabh
Vishwanu Sute
Devi
Devi
Pranamani
Pranamami Devi
Sakalpa Tarubhyasya
Sarubhasya Vibhasintu
Vipasindhu
Devacha
Itanam
Patitanam
Pranani
Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavibhyo
Vaishnavibhyo Namo
Namaha
Namaha
Jai Shri Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya Prabhu
Prabhu Nityananda Shri
Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati
Sivasati
Vrinda
Gaurabhakta
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama
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 Rama Rama
Hare
Hare Hare.
Okay, so any recap? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. No, but we can. Yeah, we can see the screen. But it
This
has
specific functions of the different
2.7, 3, 21, 32.
Which screen do you see? Because I wonder if you have the same screen.
Bhagavatam 2.7.
Yeah, 2.7, and then it's
Scheduled incarnations with specific functions. Can you see?
no,
No.
we don't see that one.
Okay, so let me reshare.
Oh, yeah, yeah, we don't have that from the Sabodhini.
So, tak. Yeah, you see this one?
Yeah, yes, we can.
So try to do a recap. Where are we in the Bhagavatam in this canto?
So we're gonna start with 20 something.
I put
25?
down 30. We're going to start from 31. Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, so what did we cover last time?
I think we're gonna start with 30. Right? Oh no, 31. Good, yeah.
Yeah, so where are we basically?
So we started with 26, 24. We did that there.
Basically, it's all about
We
incarnation.
we
Yeah,
discuss about the
different
different
incarnations,
incarnations.
Yeah.
the various
And then-
activities of Krishna and the incarnations related to Kali Yuga. Oh, but that is coming now.
Yeah, and then now we are going to discuss about Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself.
Yes. From 26,
And
it has been starting from 26.
Various
yeah, we
activities.
already started. Yeah, from 26 to it will go up to 35.
Yeah.
We already discussed the activities, some of the activities of Krishna, and you mentioned last time how there was this controversy about the hair of Krishna.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's a big
Yeah,
speculation.
yeah.
Shiva Goswami
And-
goes at great lengths to defeat that.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's mentioned in Vishnu Puran and Mahabharata, but it has to be understood properly by Acharya.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's amazing because it's mentioned in those two books. Vishnu Puran is a Mahapurana, so we could say, how can we speculate? But Jiva Goswami is such a stalwart Acharya that he can even straighten out things in the Vishnu Puran and Mahabharata.
Mhm.
And this is the power of Jiva Goswami. So, yeah, and is Lord Krishna an avatar? Is he a Manvantar? Is he a...
He is Avatari.
Very good. So let's never be bewildered, even by Vaishnav means Vishnuit. They claim that Lord Vishnu is the supreme. Technically, he's the supreme, but over and above Lord Vishnu, you find Lord Krishna, and not the other way around. Even
This is
the Vaishnavas, Vaishnav means devotee of Vishnu. Vaishnavas means devotee of Krishna. Gaudiya means devotee of,
Radharani.
very good. Godha, Gaudiya. What's the meaning of Godha? Godha, Godadesh, Godamandal, Goda,
Goradesh is
Goda.
It's related to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Chaitanya
Yeah,
Mahaprabhu.
Goda means
Go-
Bengal. Godadesh. Gaudiya. So we are followers of Srimati Radharani in the form of Mahaprabhu. That's what it means. One time, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was doing parikrama of Radhakund clockwise. Then came the other side, another group of Vaishnav from Gujarat, and they're doing parikrama of Radhakund anti-clockwise. So then Bhaktisiddhanta he asked his devotees why they're doing it anti-clockwise, and we are doing it clockwise.
Hmm.
Do you know the answer?
Because of the South Pole and North Pole.
Now, he said, see, we are worshippers. Let's start with them. They are worshippers, they are Kaishnas. Kaishnas, in Gujarat, they worship Rukmini. So basically, technically, they are called Kaishnas. And they love Srimati Radharani because Krishna loves her. And we are Gaudiyas, he said. We love Krishna because Srimati Radharani loves him. You follow? That's the other way around. That is why we're doing it clockwise. In other words, we love Krishna because Srimati Radharani loves him. But our Ishtadev is Srimati Radharani. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, with none other than Radha and Krishna combined. Whereas the Kaishnas, the devotee of Krishna, the Kaishnas, they love Srimati Radharani because Krishna loves her. But their Ishtadev is Krishna. Our Ishtadev is Srimati Radharani in the form of Mahaprabhu. That's the meaning of Gaudiya. Okay, so let's move on. Nandam cha mukshati bayat varunasya pashat gopan bileshu pihitan maya sununa cha anya pritam nishisayanam atishramena lokam vikuntam manupne upaneshyati gokulam sma.
Okay,
Lord
translate.
Krishna saved his foster father Nanda Maharaj from the fear of the demigod Varun and released the coward boys from the caves of the mountain, for they were placed there by the son of Maya. Also to the inhabitants of Vrindavan, who were busy working during daytime and sleeping soundly at night because of their hard labor in the day, Lord Krishna awarded promotion to the highest planet in the spiritual sky. All these acts are transcendental and certainly prove without any doubt his godhood.
Yeah. So one of the question was that
Prabhu, we never got any questions.
I sent them last night, perhaps a bit late.
It's in the email, yeah.
Yeah,
It is?
it was quite late. Yeah, I guess I mean. Anyway, let's do it together. So, the story, it's a very famous story. Is it fair that Nanda Maharaj got caught by Varun? What was his mistake, by the way? Tiny mistake.
Externally, it's like mistake. he went ahead of Brahma Muhurt to do his worship, to take his bath and do his worship in Yamuna.
Yes,
But actually, Varun arrested Nanda Maharaj just to have the darshan of Krishna because he knew that Krishna will come to rescue Nanda Maharaj.
exactly. So, is it possible? Is it feasible that Nanda Maharaj and the Brajbasis can be tormented by? Are they still prone to karma?
No, because they always fixed their mind, the consciousness, they always fixed on Krishna.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tasmat Kanapyupadina Krishna Niveshayat, 7132. One way or the other, we should always fix our mind in Krishna. Even Narad will say in that section 7132, etc. Even inimically, and those who are inimical, better to be inimical than nothing. This is the part. So this is Kramasandarbha, Jiv Goswami, like you mentioned, Prabhu. What happened is Jiva Goswami is quite very precise. In other words, Krishna brought the inhabitants of Vrindavan to Brahmarada. I don't know if you know this place. This is Brahmarada. It's the eternal holy place of Akrura. And there's a place in Vrindavan, Akrura Ghat. So why? Because they would sleep there. The inhabitants, in other words, sleeping means for them enter samadhi. Because all day they're toiling hard, they are vaishyas, taking care of the cows. And they're always thinking of Krishna. Always thinking of Krishna. After many endeavors filled with love for Krishna. So Jiv Goswami quotes Bhagavatam like 10, 14, 35 that explains what can Krishna give to the Brajavasis? They have everything already. Their houses, their possessions, their friends, their dear ones, their bodies, their sons, the life airs, the hearts, everything is dedicated to Krishna. So there is nothing superior to you or Braj. Nothing is left to be given. They have been given everything already. So thinking of this, Jiva Goswami says, thinking of this in that verse 10, 14, 35, my mind becomes bewildered. Can you imagine, even Putana, Ahobakiyam Stana Kalakutam Jigam Shaya Apya Sadvi. Even Putana was given the position of a datri, a nurse in Golok next to Yashoda. Not only her, even her family members. Can you imagine? Then another verse Jiva Goswami quotes in regard to 31, he quotes 10:11:58. In this way, all the cowherd men headed by Nanda Maharaj enjoy topics about the pastimes of Krishna and Balaram and play with them. They never perceived material tribulations. We should never superimpose our shortcomings upon those Brajbasis. Even they told Udhav that he was a neophyte in devotional service. You cannot even imagine their position. So what happened is, because Nanda didn't come back, he was captured by Varun.
Mhm.
Brajbasis were searching for him. That's another opinion from the commentary, yeah, of Jiva Goswami. They're searching for Nanda all day, and at night they fell asleep due to fatigue, which is samadhi for them. They're always in samadhi. Yeah. Then they saw Vaikunth. This is the great, the glories of Krishna to them. They saw Vaikunth, and in other words, Krishna himself fulfills the desires of such devotees. Krishna arranged their lives. Krishna can make them see Vaikunth, Golok. And at the end of this incident, Jiva Goswami explained they attained Golok.
Yes.
Just like in the lila of swallowing the fire, remember? They attained Golok. These devotees are extremely advanced, so they are always moved about by the grace of Krishna. So Nanda, Vishwanath explained, Nanda was a bit fearful because he understood I based at the wrong time. But Vishwanath explained, Nanda wouldn't be bound up by Varun. But he has been taken there just for a few moments, so that, like Prabhu explained, Varun could see Krishna. And he delivered, it's mentioned in 31, Krishna delivered the gopis hidden in the caves by Vyom. You remember Vyom, Vyomasur?
Yeah.
Look at the Sanskrit here, Maya Sununa. Maya Sununa means Vyom, Vyomasur. He was an Asur. The gopis had been hidden in the caves by him. So Vishwanath explained that Krishna is going to take the inhabitants of Vraj all day. As I said, they are engaged. They were looking for Krishna and Nanda, because Krishna and Nanda were with Varun. So they fell asleep. But actually, Vaikunth, it's mentioned Vaikunth. Look at the Sanskrit. Lokam Vaikuntham. Vishwanath explained this is Aishvarya Golok. See, when you go to Golok, in the middle of the world of the lotus, this is Golok Vrindavan, but on the brim is Golok Aishvarya. If you go on towards the outer petals of the lotus, it's called Golok Aishvarya, which is much more opulent than Golok, than Vaikunth. Yeah. So let's carry on. Goper make pratihate braj viplavaya deve bivarshati pashun kripaya rirakshuhu darto chilindram iva sapter dinani saptha varsho mahidram anageka kare salilam.
Okay, all right. Translation. When the cowherd man and men of Vrindavan, under instruction of Krishna, stopped offering sacrifice to the heavenly king, Indra, the whole tract of land known as Vraj was threatened with being washed away by the constant heavy rains for 7 days. Lord Krishna, out of his courseless mercy upon the inhabitants of Vraj, held up the hill known as Govardhan with one hand only. Although he was only 7 years old, he did this to protect the animals from the onslaught of water. So in this one, Prabhupada, 32. Okay, in this verse, it's about Indra and how he stopped because Krishna had stopped the inhabitants of offering to Indra, because he's a demigod, and he was so upset that he gave so much rain and water, and And Krishna held the mountain for 7 days in one finger, right? And because he's God, he can do that. And then what happened? And then why did he do it? He did it to protect the animals and the inhabitants of the land, so then they'll not be washed away or something like that. Like at least they're protected. And so here it's mostly telling that we should not do anything for demigods. We should do straight any offering, whatever we have to do, we have to do it straight to Krishna.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So in other words, Yenye Avindaksha Vimukta Malinas, it's a fact. Prabhupada puts it very nicely in 32. Sacrifices recommended in the Vedic literature for the satisfaction of the demigods are a sort of inducement to the sacrifices to realize the existence of higher authorities. Because, see, demigods are Vibhutimat Sarvat. They are called Vibhutimat Sarvat. They are agents of the Lord. So it is meant to inducement to induce. It's a verb. To induce someone. You're trying to inspire someone to worship the right person, to realize the existence of a higher authority. So which is an indirect method to worship demigods. At least if you worship demigods as non-separated from Krishna, it's not so bad. That's okay. The worst thing, and it becomes avidipurvakam, according to Gita. Avidipurvakam means illegal. If you worship the demigods separately from Krishna, it's illegal. Just like if you cross the red light, it's illegal. Finish. You cannot say, well, I didn't know. No, it's illegal. Avidi purvakam, against the rules. So better would be you worship them as part and parcel of Krishna, of the Virat Roop. But even better would be Yagyo Ve Vishnu. The goal of Yagyas is to please Vishnu. Vasudeva Para Bhakti, Vasudeva Para Yoga, Vasudeva Para Makai. Remember that verse 1:228. Whatever you do in terms of yoga, kriya, yagya, is Vasudeva. Vasudeva is Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So it's indirect. So there's no need for us. There's no need for us. It's an inducement to make them realize the existence of a higher authority. So anyway, he saved the Brajbasis time and time again. This we know. So let's see what I have here. No, it's not what it is.
32.
32, yeah, not much. But Vishwanath will say something, definitely. No, even Vishwanath, it's a bit redundant. We heard all these things. So let's move on. Kridan Vanenishi Nishaka Rashmi Guryam. Better you mute yourself, Moshika Prabhu, because it's echoing.
Yeah,
Udipitas.
I'll read that.
Yeah, when you speak, you unmute. Udipitas Manarujan Braja Brit Vadunam Haltu Arishyati Shiru Dhanada Nugasya.
When the Lord was engaged in his pastimes of the rasa dance in the forest of Vrindavan, enlivening the sexual desires of the wives of the inhabitants of Vrindavan by sweet and melodious song, a demon of the names Shankachura, a rich follower of the treasurer of heaven Kuvera, kidnapped the damsels, and the Lord severed his head from his trunk.
Yeah. So it's interesting, in the purport, Prabhupada connects it to Holi. Can someone explain?
Oh, okay, which is this? Page 3. Okay, here Prabhupada says, okay, when he was kidnapped, like he kidnapped the damsels, and the Krishna severed his head from his trunk, and it was Horika in Falgun month, whatever, and that's why they celebrate Holi there.
Yeah, so see, Holi has lots of different definitions, huh? It's interesting. Falgun is February or so, which is the month of, by the way, Falgun is the month Mahaprabhu was born in. Huh? That is why oftentimes Holi falls on the same day as Guru Purnima. But this is very interesting. I didn't know this point. It's connected to Horika, and that's the day he was killed, Shankachud. So now, what happened to that jewel? He has a jewel on his head. And this,
Shankachura?
yeah, he had. It's a very interesting journey of the jewel. I don't know if you know.
Shankachura, isn't it himself who married Tulsi Devi here? And he was he's actually Sridham in Gurudham, but he was cursed by Srimati Radharani.
Okay,
Come
thank you
here.
for that, Prabhu. Thank you to remind. Yeah, it's okay. So it's a bit vague, but I do remember something to that effect. Thank you to remind us, Prabhu. So I remember Burijan Prabhu explaining to us the passing over of that jewel. He had a beautiful jewel on his head. You know what happened to that jewel?
No.
So when he killed him, obviously he stole. Krishna took the jewel, and he offered it to his brother Balaram. And you know what Balaram did with that jewel?
He gave it to the kids to play.
He gave it to Madhu Mangal.
Oh.
It's a gope. And Madhu Mangal gave it to
Somebody whose kids were playing. I
Srimati
think
Radharani. So in other words, it's interesting. This jewel ended up in the hands of Srimati Radharani, but not directly from Krishna. Interesting. So let's read Vishwanath here. What kind of night will it be? It will be made white.
we can't see.
Sorry, Mataji.
We can't see.
Oh, okay. So don't you see Vishwanath now? Okay.
No.
Let's stop the sharing and let me share again.
Okay.
Okay, let me reshare.
It's coming.
That's Jiv Goswami. So let me.
Yeah, now we got it.
Let me go to. Can you see Vishwanath now?
Oh, but yeah, now we can see.
So if someone can read, this is a beautiful point of Vishwanath on this pastime. Quite poetic.
Okay. So translation.
Can you see what kind of night will it be?
It's too small. I can't read.
Oh, okay. What kind of
night?
It will be made white by the rays of the moon. Inclined to perform the rasa dance, he will sport. He means Krishna. On another day in the future, remember, it was not done yet. On another day in the future, the killing of Shankachud will take place. It is mentioned together with the rasa dance because it will take place near the place of the rasa dance on another day. See? Sometimes Leelas are happen very close to one another, but on a different day. He will, so meaning Krishna, Vishwanath explained that it was after the rasa dance. He's using the future tense. Krishna will cut off the head of Sankachud, who will steal the wives of the Kohen man, Brajabrit. So in other words, it's some kind of a prophecy, see, whose love, the Gopis, whose love for Krishna will be excited by the modulations coming from low, sweet songs. Or else it could mean also, he will perform, Krishna will perform the rasa dance in the middle of the night after killing Sankachud. So Vishwanath gives both options. It could be done in the future, killing of Sankachud, or it could be done before. See, so this is some having to do with the timeline of the Lilas. Okay, so let's carry on. Let's see what I have here. This is 33, okay. Let's move on. Ye cha pralamba kara dardura keshyashrita. Maliba comes yavanakapi pundra kadyaha. Anyecha shalva kuja balval. Donta vakra saptoksha shambar vidurat rukmi mukyaha. Yeva mride samiti sharina atachapaha. Kamboja matya kuru srinjay kekaya dyaha. Yashantya darshanam halambala partubim. Vyaja vayena harina nilayam tadiyam.
All demonic personalities like Praramba, Denuka, Baka, Keshi, Arishta, Chanur, Mushtik, Kuvalayapib, Elephant, Kamsa, Yavana, Narakasur, and Pondrak, great marshals like Shalva, Dvivida, Monkey, and Balavala, Dantavrakra, the 7 bulls, Shambhara, Vidurata, and Rukmi, as also great warriors like Kamboj, Matsya, Kuru, Srinjai, and Kekaya, would all fight vigorously, either with the Lord Hari directly or with him under his names of Baladev, Arjun, Bhim, etc. And the demons thus being killed would attain either the impersonal Brahmajyoti or his personal abode in the Vaikuntha planets.
Yeah. You want to shed some light, Prabhu?
Yeah, so everybody who left their body in front of Krishna, according to the status of consciousness at that time, so they would attain the Brahma Jyoti or have entrance in Vaikuntha planets.
Yeah.
Because some warriors, they think Krishna, they look Krishna as a great hero, a great warrior personality. So those Jiva, they would go to Brahma Jyoti.
Yeah. So this is for me here. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
This is Jiva Goswami. So in one sense, and we know the verse in the 16th chapter, Asuri Sampat, some demonic people are cast by Krishna very deeply into demonic species of life. They become snail, dogs, stones. So Jiva Goswami explained, unless they attain me, Krishna, there is no question of liberation. When we mean liberation, we don't mean Sayuja Mukti. That's hellish. That's Narak. Keval Mukti. This is called Narak. So that's why Jiva Goswami calls the 16th chapter Vishnu Tattva can give liberation. Yes. There's a verse. Muktiya Mukunda dadati karishit mana bhakti yoga. Mukund can give liberation. But yes, but Krishna gives only prem. When you get liberation, it's not really Krishna. It's Vishnu Tattva giving, yes, I agree. But Krishna gives only prem. So this is the point of Jiva Goswami here. So it's a very deep topic, and we're going to spend a little time here. Because, for instance, let's look at 7.132. That section is very interesting in Bhagavatam. Narad is speaking to Yudhishthira. See? There's a few shlok, very interesting shlok there. Oftentimes devotees are bewildered. 7.132. Oh yeah, it's because I blocked it on the first canto, I remember. Yes, last night I did that. I blocked it on the first canto. Yeah. 7.132. Yeah. See, let's hear, because it will shed some light on these two verses, 34 and 35. Katano, katamopi na venasyat panchanam purusham prati tasmat kenapyupayena manya Krishna niveshayat. I was quoting that verse today. It also appears in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, by the way, this tasmat kenapyu. So this is Narada to Yudhishthira. Somehow or other, one must consider the form of Krishna very seriously. Then, by one of the 5 different processes mentioned above, one can return home, back to Godhead. Of course, I should have started with the previous verse. It's a very good point. I should have started with the previous verse. Yeah. Yeah, from 30, it makes more sense from 30. Kamad dveshat bayat snehat yatha bhaktyeshvari manaha avishyatadagam hidva bhavas tadgatim gataha. This is Narad to Yudhishthira, 7.130. Many persons have attained liberation simply by thinking of Krishna with great attention and giving up sinful activities. This great attention may be due to lusty desires, like the gopis. Of course, you may say, be careful when we say come from lust. We have to remember, come for us means, yes, sex desire, but here it's in the context of prem. Don't think that the gopis are driven by lusty desires like a regular woman. No. The very fact that they are in love with Krishna, it entails they are on the highest platform of Prem Bhakti. Within Prem, you find 12 levels. So the gopis are very highly perched on the highest level of Prem, practically the final level. Mahabhav is only for Srimati Radharani. A jiv cannot access but Mahabhav. Mahabhav is only for Srimati Radharani and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But right below Sneha, all these levels, they are up there, the gopis. So when we say come, it means prem here. Inimical feelings, for instance, some were driven by dvesha. Dvesha means hatred. Who was in hatred towards Krishna? Can you name a few?
Kamsa?
No.
Oh,
Kamsa,
hatred.
No. Kamsa is fear. It's not hatred.
What about Jarasandha?
It's not the classical example given. The classical example given for Dveshat. Isha Dvesha Samutina. 727. Dvesha means hate. It's Shishupal.
Shishupal.
Shishupal, when he was born as a baby, first minute of his existence, he uttered an offense towards Krishna. His first word was an offense. So snehat means affection. For instance, the Pandavas are driven by snehat. See? Then devotional service. This is Narad speaking here. Narad is putting himself below the Pandavas, which is true. Narad is not as advanced as the Pandavas. That's true. Devotional service applies to Narad here. I shall now explain how one receives Krishna's mercy simply by concentrating one's mind upon him. So then, 31. Gopya kamat bayat kamso dveshat chejadayo nripaha sambandhat vrishnaya snehat yuyam bhaktya vayam vibo. My dear King Yudhishthir, the gopis, by their lusty desires. Again, lusty desires means prem here. We cannot conclude, oh, they are lusty. Like, no, that would be a major offense. Comes by fear. See, remember, comes in one sense, it's thinking of Krishna more than me, at least. That's for sure. But is it Anukul Bhakti? Or is it Pratikul Bhakti? Are you there?
Yeah.
Anukul means favorable Bhakti, Pratikul means unfavorable. So his Bhakti was always thinking of Krishna, man manabhavo madbhaji manamaskulu. So man manabhavo, he is always thinking of Krishna, yes. But it's practical because he wants to kill Krishna. He was full of Krishna. Shishupal, I mentioned, Shishupal means dveshat, hatred. And others, not only him, he has many friends, Dantavakra and others. They were envious. Remember when Nakul or Sahadev, one of the two, he spoke in great eulogy of Krishna in that assembly when King Yudhishthira was coronated. Yes, Shishupal, Krishna should be the guest of honor. Everyone praised him. Yes, wonderful. A few were unhappy, Shishupal and his friend. And what happened? They complained. They started to speak loud. No, we don't agree. And Shishupal spoke out. He was a spokesperson, and he got killed. And his soul merged into the feet of Krishna. So the Yadus, familial relationship with Krishna. They are family, kids and kin. And you, see, this is the point. Sambandhat Vrishnaya, but you, my dear Pandavas, is snehat. Snehat means affection. By your great affection for Krishna. And is putting himself as a general devotee of Narad. By our devotional service, we have obtained the mercy of Krishna. So this is the point. And then 32. Katamopina venasyat panchanam purusham prati tasmat kenapyupayena mane Krishna niveshayat. So now panchana means the five. What are the five? They are here. If you want to connect to Krishna, everything is here. Gopya, you want to become a gopi. Kamat, that's for you. Bayat, that's inimical, but it works. It works. They're going to get some benefits. Kams is Bayat. Dveshat Shejadayu Nripaha. Nripaha means king. Yudhishthira, Narad is speaking to the king. Even hatred works. You can get some benefit. Definitely. Sambandhat, the Vrishni, they had a relationship, familial relationship. And you, Pandavas, you had Snehat. It works. It's one of the five also. Bhaktya. Bhaktya means bhakti. So in other words, Narad considers himself a general bhakta. So back to 32, we should be very serious towards Krishna. By one of those 5, you can go back. Can you imagine?
Mm.
You can go back, but be careful. When we say go back, what does it mean?
In which mood, eh?
Yes, see, this is very interesting, this verse. Very, very interesting. Look at the sense, look at the Prabhupada's purport in 35. Yesterday I did very big research on this.
Okay.
Look at what it says. All persons who participated in the battle of Kurukshetra or otherwise with the Lord or with Baladev would benefit by attaining spiritual existence according to the situation of their minds at the time of death. This is the Yam Yam Vapis Marambavam Tajatante Karivaram 8485. According to your thoughts at death, you will accordingly attain the proper destination. So that's mind-boggling, because we have discussed in the first canto, I don't know if you remember, the destination of the warriors who got killed in the battle of Kurukshetra. And I'll give you a verse now. 1:9:39. See? Look at this. This is Srila Prabhupada here. See? All the soldiers and other persons on the battlefield of Kurukshetra attained their original spiritual forms after the death, because by the causeless mercy of the Lord, they were able to see him face to face on that occasion. Then he explained the different cycles of life. So then he explains that you can ultimately get your Svarup, and the impersonalist, they will attain the impersonal Brahman, because that's what they want, basically. But the point here that Prabhupada is making, see, all the living beings who participated in the battle of Kurukshetra, on both sides, attained their Svarup, as confirmed by Bhishma. So Lord Krishna was not merciful only to the Pandavas, he was also merciful to the other parties, because all of them attained the same result. Bhishma wanted the same facility also, and that was his prayer to the Lord. Although his position as an associate of the Lord is assured in all circumstances. The conclusion is that whoever dies looking on the personality, guarded within or without, attains his Svarup. So you can see it's quite different from what Prabhupada says in 35. Isn't that mind-boggling? He says here, yes, you will attain your spiritual existence, your Svarup, according to the situation of their minds at the time of death. You follow? So it seems to me there's a contradiction. So yesterday what I did, I wrote to Kanai Krishna Prabhu, who is my Shastra Guru, one of my Shastra Guru, and I shared with him my discovery. But again, you can speak out. How do you feel about it? How do you understand it? In 1:9:39, we hear they all attain their Svarup, regardless. And here we hear that yes, provided the thought of Krishna at death. Yam yam vapis maramavam tajatandi karivaram. Are you still awake?
Yes, we are here.
See, I wanted to pinpoint to you that sometimes in the purport there may be variations. Anyway, I will share with you the results that I get from Kanai Krishna Prabhu. Okay. So now the first sentence of 35, all manifestations in both material and spiritual worlds are demonstrations of the different potencies of Lord Krishna. So in other words, it's called Vibhuti, the potencies of the Lord, the excellences of the Lord, the opulences of the Lord. They are called Vibhuti.
Mhm.
Do you have any questions?
It's difficult, eh? It's long.
Yeah, it's yesterday I got caught up with that purport and I got really into it because I was thinking there's definitely a contradiction here.
Mhm.
So it seems to me that even Srila Prabhupada sometimes contradicts himself from one purport to the next. See, even Jiva Goswami here on this verse, this is what he quotes another verse, 1939. And now, very interesting. Let me share that point of Jiva Goswami. Can you see Jiva Goswami here?
Yeah, we can see.
See what he does, Jiva Goswami. He quotes Bhishma, 1939.
Mm.
And this is the verse I was telling you in the purport. Prabhupada says, everyone attains his Swarup, full stop. So now, what does the verse say? 1939. Bhishma is saying, desiring to die, may I have prem for the Lord who protected Arjun's chariot while holding a whip in his right hand, the reins in his left hand, whose beauty must be seen and who bestowed liberation to those who died on the battlefield after seeing him. So now Jiva Goswami is not as categorical. He says some attain invisibility, merging in Brahman, and others attain the Lord's abode. So you can see Jiva Goswami, the master, he doesn't say everyone categorically attain their Swarup to Golok. So it seems to me that what we are hearing here in 35, Prabhupada says, according to their situation at the time of death. If you cannot expect, if you think of your dog at death, are you going to go back to Golok? No. So
maybe it is a gradual process. When they got access to Brahma Jyoti, from there they will be with further practice, they will be elevated to Golok Dham. But
yeah, I'm trying to hear you properly. It's your voice is faint. You're saying
I'm saying from the
Brahma
point of
Jyoti
view of
to
Srila
what?
Prabhupada, like those who went to Brahma Jyoti, from there, with a gradual process, they might have entered Golok and
Well, in order
Swarup.
to enter Golok, you have to go back down to Bomalila, Vrindavan. You cannot, according to Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Sanatan Goswami, you cannot go higher than Vikunt, either from Brahman or from Svaga. You cannot go higher than Vaikuntha. If you want to go to Golok, according to Sanatana Goswami in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, you have to go back to Bhaumalila. This is what happened to Gop Kumar. I don't know if you have read the book. But what I like here is that Jiva Goswami is not as categorical. Some attain invisibility, merging in Brahman, and others attain the Lord's abode. Now let's hear Vishwanath. See, this is Vishwanath. Vyas, having described somewhat the Vrindavan pastimes because of their extreme sweetness, indicates in summary the other pastimes, the killing of demons, in 2 verses, 34, 35. Some, see again, Vishwanath is not as categorical. Some of these demons will attain Sayujya. Some will attain Vaikuntha. Kara refers to Dhenuk. Dhenukasur is an asur, remember. Dardura refers to Bakasur. Iba refers to Kuvalayapid, you know, that big elephant Krishna killed in Mathura. Kuja means Narakasur. Kapi means Dvivid. Dvivid, very interesting life. He was a Ram Bhakta during Ramlila, remember? He was a Ram Bhakta. I mean, how could he be fallen as a demon? What happened? He offended Lakshman. See, it's a very interesting story. You can be a Ram Bhakta. You can be a Krishna Bhakta. He was an associate of Lord Ram, but he didn't like Lakshman. What happened? He became an asur in Krishna Lila. See, you have to be very careful. Not only Krishna, but his associates. Don't offend his associates. Samiti Shalina means those who shine in battle. Pralamba, Dhenuka, Dvivid, Balval, Rukmi. Rukmi was the brother of Rukmini. Remember, he wanted to marry his sister to Shishupal. He was also an asur. He got killed by Balaram. Bhim. And sometimes, see, this is the point here. Sometimes demons are killed not directly by Krishna, they are killed by devotees of Krishna, like Arjun and Bhim.
Yes.
Bhim and Arjun killed the Kambojas. Pradyumna was the direct son of Krishna with Rukmini. He killed Shamba. Muchukund killed Yavan. Their names are mentioned in the phrase in Balapart Bhima Vyajavayena. They will attain liberation by the Lord, who is also called Balaram, Arjun and Bhim. So in other words, Arjun and Bhim are so close to Krishna and Balaram that sometimes they help Krishna and Balaram to kill asurs. When you say Vinashaya Chadushkritam, sometimes Arjun and Bhim will be taking part of that Vinashaya Chadushkritam. Subdued by him, by Krishna, the 7 bulls, they were Rakshas also, will attain liberation at another time because they were animals. Amongst the demons, Pralamba, Dhenuk, and others will get Sayujya. See, not everyone goes to Golok. This is the point of Vishwanath. Pondrak, Dantavakra, and others will go to Vaikuntha. See? So it's very interesting. We cannot just put everyone in the same bag. This is the point of 35. Prabhupada says, if already demons get Sayujya or even Vaikuntha, Vimukti, you know the Vimukti. Vimukti means Shashti, Sarupya, Samipya, Salokya. There's 4 types of Vimukti. Even demons may get those. What to speak of a pure devotee? What is he going to get? This is the point of Paul. You follow? Anyway, we spend a lot of time on this one. Kalina milita diyam avamrishya nrinam stokayusham svanigam batadura paraha aviritas tvanuyugam sahi satyavatyam vedadrumam vitapasho vibhav. vibhajishyati sma.
Okay, translation. The Lord himself, in his incarnation as the son of Satyavati, Vyasadeva will consider his complication on the Vedic literature to be very difficult for the less intelligent person with short life. And thus he will divide the tree of Vedic knowledge into different branches according to the circumstances of the particular age. So here Prabhupada is telling us about the Lord as the son of Satyavati, and then about the Vedas. And Vedas, he knew that it would be for the short-lived people, which is now. The story was told by Brahma to Narad a long time ago, right? So we have to believe it because it's in the Vedas. We have no time to go and check it out. It was divided into branches according to the circumstance of the age, and then it was also reflecting on the age of Kali, when people would live short lives. Like right now, we think 100 years is a lot of time, but it's not a lot of time, and people are not becoming godly because it's material. They are just into material happiness, and that is not good, and the advantage of knowledge is self-realization. So we should take self-realization into our lives than the material way of life. And there is Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam for us to read and go, because that tells us everything about our lives. And there is Puranas and Mahabharatas too for different types of men. So the whole thing is for us to become godly. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. So we have to understand all these verses are prophetic, are prophetical, because who's speaking that? Who's speaking now?
Oh, that was Narad, Brahma to Narad, right?
Brahma. It's way before Krishna. In
Yes.
terms of the timeline here, remember, we are in the second canto. We have been dealing with Sarga, Visarga, and now Brahma is telling all these things to Brahma. We are very way back at the dawn of creation. So he's speaking in the future. See, very interesting. Brahma is Trikalagya, is Mahajan, Mahajan. So is foreboding things in the future. We are millions of years ago here. You have to remember this. So now back to, can you see my chart?
Oh, no, not yet.
So let me stop the share and reshare.
Yes.
Okay. Very important. We have always to be on top of the timeline. It's very important. See, can you see my share? My share now.
Yes. Yes.
So see, we are in 26.
Mhm.
We are in 36, sorry. So that over with Krishna Lila now. We are going to discuss various activities.
Related to
Now,
Kali Yuga.
now we're going to, from 40, but we are not in 40, 36, 37, 38, 39. We're going to discuss general
Let's
leelas, not pertaining to Krishna. So now we're dealing with Vyasadeva. We already dealt with him long back. In which part of the Bhagavatam we discussed? Chakara Bhagavan Rishihi. In this age, remember, Vyasadeva is a Vishnu Tattva. Chakara Bhagavan Rishihi. Oftentimes is Jeev, but in our particular age, what's the meaning of Vyasadeva? Vyasadeva.
Yes. The knowledge one.
Dividing the knowledge.
Dividing, very good. We cannot say that did Vyasadeva write the Vedas?
I thought Vyasadeva wrote it, right?
Is it the right verb to write? I'm writing a book.
No, he narrated it, but that time there was no writing. They only said it.
Yeah, but my question remains, did he write the Vedas?
No.
No, very good. Remember, there's a verse, look at Bhagavad Gita 3:15, Prabhupada quotes, Brihat Aryanaka Upanishad, the Vedas emanate from the breathing of the Lord. How can he write the Vedas? They're eternally there. This is the breathing of the Lord. Shruti, Smriti emanate from the breathing of the Lord. Don't think Shruti is higher than Smriti. This is big speculation. This division of Shruti and Smriti comes from Shankar. For Gaudiya Vaishnav, we put everything on the same level. Why? Because everything emanates from the breathing of the Lord. And actually, in reality, for Gaudiya Vaishnav, we play more importance on Puran, which is Smriti. Why? Because Puranas are complete, whereas the Shruti is totally left over with tiny bits here and there of shlokas. Everything has been totally swallowed by the time over millenniums and millenniums and millenniums, millennia, I should say. You follow? So Vyasadeva is responsible for dividing, just like if I throw 5 million of coins in your living room, Purnachandra, and I tell you, you please stack up the coins according to their value. You didn't create the coins. What you did, you compiled. The right verb in Sanskrit is to compile. It's not to write. So you have arranged the stacks of coins according to 20 cents, 10 cents, 5 euros, 10 euros, etc. But you didn't create the coins. In the same way, Vyasadeva didn't create the Vedas. Even Krishna didn't create the Vedas. 15:15. Vedesha saver hameva vidyo vedanta krit vedavite vachaham. He says, I compiled the Vedas, yes, in the form of Vyas. The goal of the Vedas is to know me, okay? It never says, Krishna will never say, I wrote the Vedas. Even Krishna will never say. Because they are always there. So Vyasadeva, he has rearranged, compiled. That's the point. That's the job.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
And now, if you look at 1:321, we hear that he was the 17th incarnation yesterday. Who was his father?
Who are you asking, Prabhu? Whose father?
Father of yesterday?
Oh, for Vyasadeva? Parasuram.
Parashamuni.
Very good. Thank you, Prabhu.
Paras-
So now, Jiva Goswami says something very interesting. In the Sarva Sambandini, he says, in his previous birth, he was a sage, Apunta Ratana. So there's some controversy. Yeah? Some say he was that sage, Apunta Ratana, and others say he was a Vishnu Tattva. But in this particular age of ours, Kali, this particular cycle of 4 is a Vishnu Tattva. Deva Dvisham Nigama Vartmani Nishtitanam Purbir Mayana Vihitabir Adrishyatu Bihi Lokangnatam Mati Vimoham Mati Pralobam Visham Vidaya Bahu Bhashyata Upadamyam.
Okay, 37. Who's reading 37? Okay, when the atheist After being well versed in the Vedic scientific knowledge and elite inhabitants of different planets flying unseen in the sky on the well-built rockets prepared by the great scientist Maya, the Lord will bewilder their minds by dressing himself attractively as Buddha and will preach on sub-religious principles. So here Prabhupada is telling us about this Buddha. He's not the Buddha as the Lord. He's the Buddha as that the sense, whatever. They just do things for the stupid things, right? So anyways, so this Buddha is not the real Lord Buddha. And in one lifetime of Manu, Manu's lifetime is 72 Kali Yugas. And in that 72 Kali Yugas, there's only one Buddha that will appear. And Buddha comes from comes when people are most materialistic and they preach common sense religion, just like the Lord Buddha did by saving the cows or whatever, lives of the animals. And then ahimsa, they also talk about ahimsa, which is not religious principles. That's what this Buddha is doing. So ahimsa at the animal rights, which they call it non-violence, and they will be divided into two categories, humble and prideless. So humble would be harmless, and prideless will lead to non-violence, and non-violence will lead to simplicity of living and tolerance. And then it will offer respect. They have to offer respect to great spiritual leaders, and they have to train their sense on controlling action, right? After that, they have to be unattached to family and home, and they have to be in devotional service to the Lord, surrender and become devotee. If not, there's no religion. It's called Upadharma. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, so this story of Buddha is, if you want to know further, I would strongly advise you to read a book written by Keshav Pragyan. Keshav, what is his name? Keshav Pragyan Maharaj, who is the sannyas guru of Srila Prabhupada, is the disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur. And he has written a beautiful book. I've got this book. It's quite a rare book.
What is the name?
I'm trying to remember.
Okay, do it later on.
This book explains very nicely there's two Buddhas in Kali Yuga.
Oh, okay.
See, Buddhas means what? Buddhi Yoga. Buddha means?
Buddha. Like the mind, whatever thing.
What's the meaning of Buddha in Sanskrit?
Buddha. Says something.
Buddha means intelligence in Sanskrit. So we hear, if you are acquainted to Buddhism's Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva means a state of being in a Buddha. This is the state of consciousness, Bodhisattva. So it's not only reserved to one person, just like we hear in the Bhagavatam, in the Gita, Brahma Nirvana. So everyone, provided he does the needful, can attain to that level of Brahma Nirvana, totally absorbed in the Godhead. So Bodhisattva means a state of consciousness. You are totally Nirgun, Brahmabhut, and that could be obtained by anyone in the creation. It's not only one individual. So let's discuss a bit further. See, when Jayadev Goswami has written that book in the 12th century, Dashavatara Stotra, we know Prabhupada has drawn Keshava Drita Narahari Rup Jai Jagadi. This is coming from that book, from that song, Dashavatara Stotra. So if you look at that song of Jayadev Goswami in the 12th century, he's also glorifying Buddha. Did you notice? But that Buddha is glorifying there is Adi Buddha. See? 1,000 years after Krishna left, came Adibud, is Vishnu Tattva. And he was not so much active like the second Buddha, Gautam Siddhartha, who is a Jeev, came much later. But the first Buddha he preached Ahimsa, he was definitely propagating Ahimsa. But in that book, again, I'm referring to that book, Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj, Sannyas Guru of Srila Prabhupada, is quoting his own Guru, who is Bhakti Siddhanta Sarasvati Thakur. And Bhakti Siddhanta Sarasvati explained that we Vaishnavas, we worship Adi Buddha, the first Buddha. And he explained in that book, Bhakti Siddhanta, his disciple is quoting his Guru basically, that the second Buddha that everyone knows, even you go in the street, you ask, do you know Buddha? Yes, I know. Everyone knows Buddha. But most of the time, 90%, 99.9% of the time, is they refer to Gautam Siddhartha, Buddha. His mother was Maya Devi. He appeared in the 5th century or 6th century before Christ. He was very active. And Ashok Maharaj, who was ruling India in those days, he became a Buddhist. And he helped Lord Buddha, to export his Buddhisms by the north of India, via the north and via the south. But you have to draw a clear distinction between the two Buddhas. The first is a Vishnu Tattva, the second is a Jeev, and he attained enlightenment in Bodh Gaya. If you go to Bodh Gaya in India, under the same pipal tree, actually. There's about 1,500 years between the two. So Prabhupada is right here. There have been many Buddhas.
The second Buddha, isn't it like Kshatriyavesh avatar?
Is a Shaktavesh. Is like an indirect Shaktavesh. So Bhakti Siddhanta Sarasvati Thakur explains that when we, as Gaudiya, when we refer to Buddha, we refer to the first one. Because the second one, obviously, that was a trick. You know, what did it do? It propagated Shunyavad, right? So, which is basically Nashtik. That's why it's a Nashtik. It's a Nastik, sorry. Nastik means atheist. Because as soon as you cut yourself loose from the Vedas, you become Nastik, atheistic. So that was a trick, obviously. He was a Shaktavesh, he knew what he was doing. He tricked the people out of the Vedas. Don't follow the Vedas, because why? What were they doing in those days in the name of the Vedas?
Killing animals.
Exactly. They were making beef.
Yes.
They were making steak of meat. They became extremely fallen in the name of the Vedas. So the first Buddha preached, but not so much vigorously. The second one, he came down to, he was very active. Why? Because he got patronized by Ashok. Ashok was very powerful. He was king of India. So remember, Buddhism was rampant in India for 14 centuries. 14 centuries. So much so that during the time of Lord Jesus Christ or so, they had removed Lord Jagannath from Puri. They put Lord Buddha. And as Adi Vishnu Swami, the first, there were 3 Vishnu Swami. The first one in Rudra Sampradaya is called Adi Vishnu Swami. He was present during the time of Lord Jesus Christ. He canvassed with the king of Puri at that time to put Lord Jagannath back on the altar. So we are not so fond of Gautam Siddhartha, to be honest. We're not so fond because you remove Lord Jagannath. You have to read that book. It's a beautiful book. When we refer to Bud, we refer to the Adi Bud, Vishnu Tattva. Of course, you may say Srila Prabhupada is not so explicit. What Prabhupada does actually, if you are quite a good observer, Prabhupada amalgamates the two. He kind of merged the two. This is the point. Anyway, this is 37. Let's see if I have something from Vishwanath here. Yeah, so Vishwanath, when the demons fixed in the past of the Vedas kill people from fortresses made by Maya and travel at speeds so that they cannot be seen by the enemy, the Lord, wearing the dress of a non-believer, will speak many heretical teachings. Upadharmyam, it's heretical, it's Gnostic, which will bewilder them, being very alluring to their minds. So we know the story. Buddha has bewildered the atheist. But he did it purposefully, as if to say, don't surrender to the Vedas, surrender to me. He himself is Shaktavesha, so it's okay. It's a trick. Ya la yesh vapi satam na hare katha syu. Pashandino dvija jana vrishala nridevaha. Svaha svada vashariti smagiro nayatra. Shashta bhavishyati kalea bhagavan yugante.
Thereafter, at the end of Kali Yuga, when there exist no topics on the subject of God, even at the residences of so-called saints and respectable gentlemen of the free higher caste, and when the power of government is transferred to the hands of ministers elected from the low-born Shudra class or those less than them, and when nothing is known of the techniques of sacrifice, even by word, at the time the Lord will appear as the supreme chastiser.
Okay, who is he referring to here?
Kalki Avatar.
Very good. See?
So,
Vrishala. You can see Vrishala means Shudras. What's gonna, I told you right after Janamejai, who is the son of Parikshit, that's gonna be downhill big time. What to speak of now? You guys are in Canada, Trudeau, we have this Gunda of Macaron. Is Vishwanath explained there formerly there were kings in Asura Gotras. They are Gundas of the worst caliber. In the 12th canto, it's mentioned bandits. Bandits, you know what bandit means? It is the same word, bandit or political leader. It is the same word. Bandit means political leader. They are Narapashu. So we cannot call them, just like you cannot say Gandhi is Mahatma. No. It's a misuse of the term. Mahatmanas tumam partam devim prakriti mashitaha. Mahatma means totally immersed in internal energy. It's a misuse of the term. In the same way we say kings, this king, that prime minister, that president. This is all misuse of the term. They are gundas. So that is why the only hope is Mahaprabhu. So Kalki will appear. And so now keep it in the context. This is a conversation between Brahma and Narad. Brahma, Narad, what is it? Samvada. Dialogue. So, Samvada, yeah. So, in other words, it's a conversation. Things have already happened, like Varaha and all these things. They already come, yes, definitely. But it's a prediction. All these verses are prophetic. We are talking about the future. Even for us, it's future, Kalki. So Dhanvantari and Parashuram existed when Brahma spoke those verses to Narad. But Ram, for instance, Ram hadn't come. It's such a far gone conversation. Even that was prior to Lord Ram. You follow? So all these verses, many of them are prophetic. So we are being told here of the Manda Sumanda Matayu, Manda Bhagya Yupatuta. Everyone's going to be fallen, which is the case. We can see. We are already just in the beginning of Kali Yuga. Even in our lifetime, didn't you see in your own lifetime things have degraded? Can't you attest for yourself? I can see in France in 60 years, I've seen it's going downhill. It's not going to get any better. It's going to get any better if we push the Sankirtan movement. Otherwise, it's going to get worse until the time everything breaks apart. And then the rescued men and women will be attracted by Mahaprabhu, but there will be very few left. Sarge tapohan rishayo navaye prajesha stanitha dharma makha monva mara vanishaha ante twadharma haramanyu vashasuradya maya vibhutaya ima purushakti bhajaha. You can read 39.
Okay. At the beginning of creation, there are penance, myself, Brahma, and the Prajapatis, the great sages who generate. And then during the maintenance of the creation, there are Lord Vishnu, the demigods with controlling powers, and the kings of different planets. But at the end, there is irreligion, and then Lord Shiva and the atheists full of anger, etc. All of them are different representative manifestations of the energy of the supreme power of the Lord.
Yeah, so there's some good stuff here also in the purport. See how this creation came about. It's written in the beginning of the sentence. It's created by the energy of the Lord. And where is it coming from? This energy of the Lord, it appeared by the penance of Brahma. In the second canto, you will see there's a verse, austerity is my heart, Krishna says. So Brahma is so powerful that by his penance, tap is the first jiv. Remember, 111, Adikavaye. Adikavaye means Adikavi is Brahma, the first Adi. Adi means first. Only by his creation that he attracted the energy of the Lord for the sake of Visarga, secondary creation. And then only you find the Prajapatis, the 9 Prajapatis, like, for instance, is the Manasiputra. You have seen Atri, Daksh, Vashisht, etc. So during the creation, there should be Bhakti, because Bhakti means one of goodness. Sanatan Dharma. This is the real Dharma. Or whatever we see in the name of Dharma down here, it's just a Dharma. Full stop. Dharma means Bhagavatam. Sanatan Dharma, Bhagavad Dharma, Jiva Dharma. What is the verse in the 6th canto? Dharmam tu sakshak Bhagavat Pranitam. This is Dharma. Whatever is going on in this world is not Dharma. It's Upadharma, Chaya Dharma. Dharma Prajito Ketavotra. This is not Dharma. You cannot misuse the term like this. No. This is other types of Dharma. Yes. Vidharma. You look it up. I'll tell you 7, 15, 12. Look it up. This is again Nara speaking to you, Dishtin. Look it up. 7, 15, 12, 13, 14. You will see the 5 types of Vidharma. It's mentioned. So, and you will recognize today's religion, so-called religion. They are just Upadharma, Vedharma, Chayadharma. There's so many different categories you will see. So Prabhupada explaining in 39, at last when the creation is preparing to wind up, there is the principle of adharma. Remember Lord Shiva, when he was first created, he was full of anger. He was rebellious. So these are different manifestations of the Supreme Lord. Even Brahma, he created, in the beginning of his life, he created Lobh, Krodh, and he was unsatisfied. He had to relinquish those mental bodies. So in the beginning of creation, many types of nonsense appeared, and Brahma had to relinquish all these things. Yeah, so let's see what I got here. This is 39. Yeah, so that's nothing new. Let's see Vishwanath here, 39. This verse describes the vibhutis of the Gunavatas, according to divisions. Stane, remember one of the 10 topics, Stane, one is Stane. If you want to know do you know the 10 topics of Srimad Bhagavatam? 2.10.1. Shri Shukhovacha Atra Saga Visaga Shastane Pujanam Utayaha Manvantara Ishanukata Muktir Niroda Ashrayaha. Stane is one of the topics, the maintenance. So for the sake of maintenance in this material world, you need dharmas, you need yagyas, you need manus, you need devatas, kings. Ante. This is one of the topics. Ante means destruction. Okay, let's do one more perhaps. Vishnu Nuviryagananam Katamo Hatiha Ya Partivanyapi Kavir Vimane Rajansi Chashkambaya Sva Rahasa Shakta Chakskambaya Sva Rahasakshka Lata Triprishtam Yasmat Trisamya Sadanat Uru Kampayanam. This is
Who can describe completely the prowess of Vishnu? Even the scientists who might have counted the particles of the atoms of the universe cannot do so, because it is he only who, in his form of Trivikrama, moved his leg effortlessly beyond the topmost planet Satyaloka, up to the neutral state of the three modes of material nature, and all were moved.
Yeah. So, see, 40 is totally different. Be careful. And 39 means dealing with the vibhutis of Maya, the Gunaravatars, Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. But here, It's no more Vibhutis. Be careful, it's Vishnu. Don't equate the Vishnu with the Vibhutis, and that's a big offense. This is called Namaparad. If you equate the Vishnus with demigods, for instance, demigods are Vibhutis. That's a major aparad. So this is why this verse 14 negates this conception. See, you cannot, even if you count all the atoms, you cannot come to Vishnu. He has unlimited powers. Anything much greater than anything that you find in this world, Prakriti. You know, remember in the 8th canto, they wanted to use they're trying to lift up a golden mountain. They were going to use that golden mountain as a pivot. The Asuras and the demigods combined, they tried to lift it up. They could not even move it. Vishnu, with one hand, lifted the mountain. So Vishnu is totally beyond any Shakti powers that you may encounter in this Prakriti world. So this is 40 is dealing with Vishnu, not the Vibhutis. Vibhutis we discussed in 39. Yeah. So here Vishwanath explained it's not possible to explain completely the Lila avatars. Is it possible? Because how can you understand Vishnu? Lila avatars means Vishnu Tattva. So this is the level of Trivikram here, 40. This is Upendra, Vamdev. He paralyzed the universe. Can you imagine? He paralyzed. The universe was stuck. Do you know that the universe got stuck? He was not advancing anymore. The swiftness of his foot as Trivikram, it caused tremendous trembling all the way through all the layers. You know, around the universe, there's so many layers, like outermost layers of Prakriti. Everything was trembling. This is the level of.
Prabhu, what is this neutral state of the modes of material nature?
That's Pradhan.
Oh, okay.
Pradhan means before the modes are agitated. In Pradhan, modes are one. Actually, modes are one. But when the Lord glances upon Pradhan, remember in that halo, you find the Shit, you find Kalasarp first, the Shakti, Kalasarp, Kala Shakti. Then the Chitkana, the Jiv, in the form of particle, Kana means particle, and the Svabhav of the Jiv. So now that's being impelled, how do you say, impelled, that's being projected within Pradhan. And because of Kal, under the action of Kal, the time, and also 7.5, we want to exploit the resources of material nature for ourselves, Purusha Bhiman. So that's going to break down Pradhan into Mahatadva. The modes will kick in, and the transformation of 24 elements within Prakriti. Because of time and because of we have this wayward attitude we want to enjoy separately. That's going to transform from Pradhan to Mahatattva. So back to 40, we cannot measure the dust of the earth, the atoms. But even you may, let's say you may count, still you're very far from Vishnu. In 3 steps, he paralyzed the Brahmanda. This is the level of Vishnu. Remember, Vamdeva, Trivikram, Ulukram, there is Vishnu Tattva. He paralyzed the demigods. So this is in contrast. This is a contrasting verse. It's a negating verse. Just to make sure we don't put Vishnu like in 39 as a vibhuti. This is the point. So we'll stop here. We'll start at 41 next time.
On Sunday, I won't be free. It's my Guru Maharaj Vyas Puja.
Oh, okay, Prabhu. Thank you for telling me.
Okay.
So Sunday. So what's gonna happen? Should I do the class or not? Purna Chandra, what do you say?
No, I'm not saying anything. Okay.
Okay, so what's the story? Because I can do on Sunday, but I want to hear from you.
For this Sunday, we have a
Prabhu,
Rath Yatra.
Moshika
Prabhu,
said he can.
Rath Yatra here. I said this Sunday we have a Rath Yatra on 140th temple.
Oh, yeah, you guys have Rath Yatra. We had it last Sunday here in Paris.
No, but in our little towns, we still have it, like Surrey or 40th. They have from Odia group, something like that.
Oh, I see. So you guys will be busy, yeah?
Yeah, on this Sunday, but we can have it some other day.
Right.
We'll do whatever you say. It's okay, because Sunday is 8 to 10, right?
Sunday, it's for me, it's 6 to 8 p.m.
6 to 8. Okay, what does everybody else say? Whatever they say, I'm okay, whatever.
Balinishta is gone, I think. And Moshika,
Yeah,
Prabhu, I guess you won't
Me,
come.
I won't be free on Sunday, Prabhu. Sunday,
Yeah, I
I won't be
understand.
free.
So, okay, let's not do this Sunday.
Okay.
And we can do some another day, whatever day you want.
Next Wednesday, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to be going on traveling Sankirtan, but I will teach from my tent. I've got a tent.
Okay.
I will find a connection somewhere, not worry.
Yeah. Go on the ground, like open field.
I'm going to go and sell books. So I'm going on Monday for perhaps 1 week or two with my friend Srinivas Acharya. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So as far as understood, there's no Sunday, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Hare
Hare
Krishna.